Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of our flute video series. So today, before we get to putting some fingers down on our flute, we're going to start out with just a few of the exercises we did last week, some basic breathing exercises, sounds on the top part of our flute, and then sounds on our flute, and then we'll progress to putting our fingers down. So we're going to begin today, you will not need your flute to start with just some simple breathing. Breathing out for a whole note, resting for a whole note, and alternating. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll give you 1, 2, ready, go, and we'll get started. We're going to start by exhaling for a whole note. Breathe in first, and exhale for a whole note. So here we go. 1, 2, ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, 3, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, breathe out, and stop. Next, we're going to review making some sounds on the head of our flute. Go ahead and pause the video right now if you need to go get that. Once you have that, I want you to go ahead and hold it up and make sure that the open end is on the right, and I want you to plug up the end completely with your hand. Hold it up to your lips. You can hold on this end, and here we go. Okay, and here we go. 1, 2, ready. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. And one more time. Okay, take a break for a minute. And here we go. 1, 2, breathe in. Rest, 2, breathe in, 3. Rest, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3. Okay, take a little break. We're going to do that once more, okay? There you go. Centered on your lip. Feel the front edge of the embouchure hole against your lip. Hand plugging the end. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Rest, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3. And stop. Now let's practice some tonguing by whispering 2 with our tongue in our air. For example, we're going to do 4 2s with just our tongue in our air. Ready? Go. Let's do that again. Ready? And one more time. Ready? All right, nice job. Now let's go ahead and practice tonguing on the top portion of our flute. We're going to focus on trying to play 4 notes all in one breath using just our tongue to separate the notes as if we were singing. Go ahead and pause the video now if you need to grab the head of your flute. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, rest. We're going to do it again and go. Rest. Breathe in through your mouth and ready. Rest, 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 rest. So you've got your head of your flute. I want you to next take out this portion of your flute, which we call the body. Okay, you'll notice this end, the key is close to the end, this end it is not. The head is going to go into the end that is farthest from the keys. All right, and when it is lined up, if you look here, there's going to be basically a straight line from the center of my embouchure hole down to these keys on the front. Sometimes people will line it up with these keys. That's not going to work, okay? You want the row with all these keys lined up with the top of your flute, okay? And it should be in a straight line. Then we are going to take out the foot, okay? The foot looks like this. Notice there's this little teardrop shaped key and this key on the side. So this end with the teardrop shaped key on it is the end that connects to my flute. And it's going to go right down here. And when I put that on, okay, see this little ball and rod here? That is going to be directly in the center of this key, okay? Sometimes I will see people want to line these two rods up. That is not going to work for you, okay? We don't want it that way. Rather, we want this little rod and ball in the center of this key. And again, going back to the embouchure hole, if I draw a straight line down my keys, all the way down to that rod on the foot, they should all be in a line, okay? Now, when we hold our flute up, you're going to take your right hand, and you're going to make a C shape with it, okay? And you're going to simply set the bottom part of your flute on your thumb. Notice that my thumb is going to be almost directly underneath this third round key up from the foot, okay? I'm not going to worry about pushing these fingers down, all right? Then I'm going to take my left hand is going to face me, okay? Not away from you or away from me, but your left hand is going to face you, all right? And I simply want you to go ahead and hold right around here for now, okay? It's not always going to be here. Once we get to playing notes, we're going to cover the keys. But for right now, I want you to just hold here. Okay, I want you to bring that flute up to your lips. Get it centered on your lip. Make sure it's parallel. We don't want our flutes to look like this or like this. Parallel to our lips. Okay, we want to be able to see a little bit of that embouchure hole, or most of the embouchure hole. I should feel the front edge of that against my lips. And I simply want you to go ahead and take a big breath in and blow and see if you can make a sound this way. Okay. So centered on our lip. Find the embouchure hole. Just feel a little bit of the front of it against our lip. Here we go. 1, 2. Breathe in through your mouth. Rest. 2. Breathe in. Rest. 2, 3. Breathe in. One more time. Breathe in through mouth. Okay, so I'm going to give you a 1, 2, ready, go. We're going to do sets of 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. We're going to do 4 notes. We're going to rest for 4 beats and then do 4 more. Okay, so bring your flute up. Get it centered on your lip. Okay, and here we go. 1, 2, breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, breathe in. 1 more. 2, 3, breathe in. Nice job. All right, so we've got our flute together. We're making a sound on it. We're tonguing. So now we're going to start putting some fingers down on our flute and putting them in the right position, okay? So you've got your flute, and we are going to begin with your left hand, all right? And on our left hand, we're going to start with our thumb. And if you look at the back part of our flute, if you can find the key that looks like this, you've got the keys on the front, and then you got the key that looks like this. I want you to go ahead and, for now, place your thumb just like that on that thumb key and press it down, okay? Now my index finger is going to rest right against the side of my flute, right in between these first two keys, and curl around. So now I'm pressing my thumb and my index finger. For the time being, those fingers are always going to go on those keys. Okay, now underneath my index finger I have a round key. I'm going to skip that key, and with my middle finger I'm going to go down to the next key down. So now I've got three fingers: thumb, index finger, middle finger. And my ring finger is simply going to go on the key directly underneath my middle finger. And again, I want to make sure that I'm pressing all of those keys down. Thumb key there, index finger, middle finger, ring finger. It is very important that the side of my index finger wraps around my flute and is contacting my flute. I do not want my hand looking like this, but rather like that. So it's against the side of my flute. Okay, now with my right hand, remember how we talked about my thumb goes directly underneath the third round key up from the foot. I want the tip of my thumb there, and then I'm going to go ahead and press down my index finger on that third round key up from the foot, okay? Or you can see 1, 2, 3 keys down from my ring finger, okay? My other two fingers, my middle finger and ring finger, are simply going to hang out above those round keys. Then the next key available to me is this teardrop shaped key on the foot. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my pinky there. So on my right hand, I have my pointer finger and pinky down. On my left hand, and I'm squeezing those, on my left hand, I'm squeezing my thumb, my pointer finger, my middle finger, and my ring finger, okay? We are going to call this fingering the note F. It's extremely important that you push all these fingers down. This will not work if your fingers are just halfway down. Squeeze all those fingers all the way down. Now I want you to go ahead and bring your flute up to your lips, get it centered on your lips, and you're going to see if you can produce this sound. What you may find is you may end up getting a lower sound. If that is the case, what I want you to do is I want you to think a little smaller opening with your lips. Stick your bottom lip out a little bit, almost like you're going to pout, just a little bit. Pretend like you're blowing your air up towards the ceiling. Move your air a little faster and try and produce this sound. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and take a few minutes and pause the video, practice pressing those fingers down where they need to go, and practice producing that higher sounding F. All right, so we've got our fingers figured out for F. We're getting a good solid sound. So let's take a look at what that looks like in the music and how to read a fingering diagram. So that you can see that above my head here, I've got a line of music, and it's got a music staff, which is that thing with 5 lines and 4 spaces. And we have up there a empty oval with the letter F in it. You'll notice that that F is on the top line of our music staff. That was the sound you were just playing, sounding like this. Okay. You'll notice that underneath the music staff is a series of shapes, many of them circles. Some of them are black filled in, some of them are empty. That is our fingering diagram. They're showing us exactly how to play F, which fingers go down. So let's review real quickly which fingers go down for F. We're looking at the lower row of shapes, and you'll see that there's a circle followed by a teardrop shaped key right up over here. Okay. They're telling us that our thumb goes here. Now we are going to change that a little bit and place our thumb here. Okay. Now if we go to the top row of shapes, you'll notice that the first 3 circles are filled in. That indicates that we're going to press those fingers down. So that means that my index finger goes on the 2nd key, presses down. My middle finger goes on the 4th key. I skip 1 between my index and middle finger. And my ring finger goes on the 5th key down, right next to my ring finger. Okay, I'm going to squeeze all those fingers down. Thumb, 1, 2, 3. And then if there's a dividing line, and the next circle is my index finger on my right hand. And remember, I skip 2 round keys between my ring finger and my index finger. So 1, 2, skip down, squeeze there, my thumb goes underneath, and the teardrop shaped key on the bottom that's colored in is my pinky. These 2 fingers just hang out up above here. We do not press a key down, okay? Now, that is the fingering for F. I want you to go ahead and get your fingers on F. We're going to play the exercises at the top of the screen. Now, all these next few exercises we're going to play are going to be found on page 4 in your book as well, so you can practice them there. So we'll notice that we have an F, and then the second measure, the second box within our music, notice it's divided into music, says rest. We're going to rest there. Then they ask us to play another F, and then we rest. What we're going to do is I'm going to get a metronome going. I'll give you 1, 2, ready, go. We're going to play each of those Fs for 4 beats, and then where it says rest, we're going to rest for 4 beats, okay? Then we're going to play, since it says another F there, we're going to play another F for 4 beats and rest for 4 beats, okay? One thing I want you to do is when you start the sound of the F, I want you to whisper 2 with your tongue. So you're going to go, hold that sound out for 4 beats, rest, 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 rest. Hear my tongue going? All right, so go ahead and get your fingers on F if they're not there already. Okay, I'm going to get a metronome going. You get your flute up to your lips, find your spot. Okay, we're going to get ready to play this exercise at the top of the screen. This will be exercise 1 in your books on page 4. Okay, so here we go. Flute's up. Okay, fingers on F, squeezing all those fingers down firmly. Okay, each note gets 4 beats, and then we rest for 4 beats in between. We're going to whisper 2 at the beginning of each note. All right, 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. That is exercise 1. We're going to do that again, so keep your fingers down on F. Now, this time when you breathe in, I always want you to make sure that you breathe through your mouth, okay? So let's play it again. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Good job. All right. So now we're going to go on to exercise 2 in your book, and I'm going to put that at the top of our screen here as well. There we go. So now you can see that rather than those Fs being an empty oval, they're now a filled in oval with a stem or line coming out the bottom of them. Those are quarter notes, and a quarter note gets 1 beat. You'll notice that we have 4 of them in a row. Okay, we would simply count those 1, 2, 3, 4. If I were playing those 4 in a row, we've practiced this already. It's just my tongue going. Okay, that's how I play 4 quarter note Fs. Then you'll notice in the second measure, the second box in our music, we have 4 things that look a little bit like lightning bolts. Those are quarter rests. Each of those rests gets 1 beat. Then the next measure is 4 quarter note Fs. So if I were playing number 2, this exercise up here, I would play F, 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 rest, 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 rest. F, 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 rest, 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 rest. I want to play all of those Fs in one continuous breath, whispering 2. Okay? So go ahead and get your fingers on the note F. Go ahead and find it. I'll give you a second here. Remember, it's our thumb, pointer finger, middle finger, skipping a key, ring finger, pointer finger, pinky. Okay? Now let's go ahead and put those flutes up. We're going to play this exercise. I'll give you 1, 2, ready, go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Keep your flutes up. We're going to do that again. Okay, fingers down. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Good job. This would be a good time to pause the video and go ahead and practice playing exercise number 2. All right, so we are playing F, we're playing quarter notes, and we're hopefully getting a good sound. So now it's time to learn a new note, and let's see what that is. That is E flat, okay? You'll notice that on our music up there that E flat is located in the 4th or top space of our music staff. It's just underneath that line that is the note F. You'll also notice that it has a little lowercase b symbol next to it. That is the flat symbol. That's what makes this note E flat. It is very important that you call it E flat and not E, because E is a different note. Okay, and if we look at our fingering diagram, you'll see that the fingering is similar to F. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and put your fingers down like you're playing F. So just to review with me, thumb, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, on your right hand, pointer finger, and pinky. Now, if we look at our fingering diagram up there, all we're going to do to make this an E flat rather than F is on my right hand, I'm going to put my middle 2 fingers down. So my middle finger, ring finger go down on those round keys. I squeeze them down. So on my right hand, all my fingers are down. If I look at the fingering diagram, the left hand portion, you'll notice that the very first circle is empty. It is not filled in. So I'm going to go ahead and lift that pointer finger off of the key, but keep it against the side of my flute. I do not want it out like this, okay? Keep it like this, okay? Now let's go ahead and bring those flutes to our lips, and we're going to see if we can play an E flat together. All right, big breath, and ready. Okay, so that is the sound that E flat makes. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at exercise number 3 in your book. And there it is. Okay, and you'll notice that exercise number 3 is very much like number 1. We have a long note, long E flat, rest, another long E flat, and then a rest. We're going to go ahead and play that like we did before. I'm going to get my metronome going. 4 beats of note, whispering 2 with your tongue at the beginning of the note. Rest for 4 beats. Play 4 more beats of E flat. Rest for 4 beats. Okay? So fingers on E flat. Go ahead and get your flute up to your lips. And I'm going to get my metronome started here. Okay? Flutes are ready to go. Fingers on E flat. This is exercise number 3 on page 4 in your book. Here we go. 1, 2, breathe in through mouth. 4. Rest, 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 rest. Rest. Keep your flute up. We're going to do that again. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Good job. This might be a good time to go ahead and pause your video and practice playing exercise number 3. All right, so now we're moving on to exercise number 4 in your book. Let's pull that up here so you can see it. All right, there it is. You'll notice that it starts with 4 quarter note E flats, and then we rest for 4 beats and play 4 quarter note Fs. So we do have to move some fingers, okay? It's important that you remember which fingers go down for these, all right? We're going to try and play this together. Now, it's important to note that when we play those 4 quarter notes, remember, we're going to try and do them all in one breath, and we're going to whisper 2, 2, 2, whisper 2 for each quarter note, okay? Go ahead and get your fingers on the note E flat. Just to review, thumb, pointer finger against the side of my flute, middle finger, ring finger, right hand, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. All right, we've got it. Let's play exercise number 4. I'll give you a 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, move some fingers to F, 2, 3, here we go. Rest, 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 rest. Okay, if you struggled a little bit moving those fingers, that's okay. We're going to try it again. All right, so fingers on E flat, and here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, move your fingers to F2, 3, and 4. Rest, rest, rest. All right, this would be a good opportunity to go ahead and pause your video and work on playing number 4 so that you can get comfortable moving those fingers between E flat and F. All right, welcome back. So you've practiced number 4, and we are ready to move on to the last new note that we are going to look at this week. Let me get that up here. All right, and we can see that the note is D. And you'll notice that on the music staff, the D shows up on the 4th line from the bottom of our music staff. So the 2nd from the top, 4th line from the bottom. And if we look at our fingering diagram, you'll notice that D is almost identical to E flat. So let's review E flat. We're simply going to put our thumb down, pointer finger against the side of our flute, middle finger on the 4th key, ring finger right next to it, then my right hand, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, pinky, that's E flat. Now if you look at the fingering diagram for D, the only difference is now I'm going to lift my pinky up. Pretty simple, right? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and bring this flute to my mouth. I want you to do the same, and we're going to play a D. It should hopefully sound like this. Okay, that's the sound we're looking for. Again. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play exercise number 5. Let's get that up here. Okay, you can see in exercise number 5 that we have a D, rest, D, rest. We're going to do just like we did in number 1 and number 3. Each of these notes is going to be 4 beats long with 4 beats of rest in between. Excuse me. So go ahead and get your fingers, excuse me, on D. Bring your flute up to your lips. Let me get our metronome going. Okay, here we go. Fingers on D. Remember, pinky's up. We're going to whisper 2 at the beginning of each sound we play. And here we go. Here is exercise number 5. 1, 2, ready. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Keep your flutes up. We're going to do that again. Make sure you breathe in through your mouth and whisper 2 with your tongue at the beginning of each note. Okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Nice job. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video here and work on playing exercise number 5. All right, welcome back. I'm assuming that you were successful with exercise number 5. So our last exercise for this week, let's get this up here. All right, exercise number 6. This will be on page 4 in your book again. Exercise number 6. You'll notice that this one, we've got our quarter notes again. This time we have 5 quarter note Ds at the beginning, right? Okay, we want to count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We're going to call that 5th one 1 because notice it's at the beginning of a new measure, a new box of music. So it's going to be called 1. Then we rest for 3 beats. And then look what happens. We go D, D, E flat. Oh my gosh, we got to move some fingers. 2 E flats. And then we got to move our fingers to F. for the last note, okay? So we do have to move fingers fairly quickly. All right, so I want you to go ahead and get your fingers on the note D, okay? Thumb, middle, ring, 1, 2, 3, no pinky, just like this. Okay? And we're gonna try and play exercise number 6. We're gonna go slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, next note. 2, 3, 4. Okay, go ahead and move your fingers back to D. We're going to try that once more. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. Nice job. If you had a little difficulty moving those fingers from D to E flat to F, that's okay. I'm certain that you can get it with a little practice. In fact, now would be a good time to go ahead and pause the video and practice playing exercise number 6. All right, welcome back. So let's talk about what you're going to work on this week during the week. I want you to practice all of page 4, exercises number 1, all the way to number 6. So all 6 of those exercises. I want you to shoot for practicing this week between 10 and 15 minutes a day, 5 days during the week, okay? And by next Monday, I would like you to go ahead and log on to our class Flipgrid, and I'd like you to record yourself playing exercises number 2, 4, and 6, the even number exercises, okay? So 2, 4, and 6. Make sure to practice 5 days this week, 10 to 15 minutes a day, and have fun making music this week, guys.